Welcome back everyone to today's first video, and we're going to be looking at the weather for the next couple of weeks. So we're going to do a 10 to 14 day in today's first video, and we're going to be looking at some of the charts today because we have seen quite a trend for cooler weather into the new year. So we're going to show you all about that, all the charts today, and all that stuff. But just before we start, I just want to say we're so close to 50 subscribers. So thanks everyone for supporting the channel. We are now on 47, so we need 3 more. So if you don't mind, you drop a like and subscribe. It really helps on my videos. But now, without further ado, let's get into this. So this is the current situation over the country. We've got another deep area low pressure coming in from the west, and it's going to bring mostly mild winds to most of the country, except from Scotland, where we're getting a bit more of a northeasterly. So the line's probably going to be about there, so a bit milder this side of the country and colder this side. So at the moment we are mostly mild, except from Scotland and maybe far north England. Scotland are actually quite cold. So now we're going to show you the latest charts from the GFS and GEM, and then we'll show you the charts based on that. So we'll show you them now. Okay, so this is the GFS 6Z. It is just fully updated, and this is the current situation over the country. So we have got a bit of high pressure bringing a little bit of drier weather at the moment, but we have got a deep area low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, and we're going to be introducing them milder southwesterlies or westerlies, and it will be wet, windy and unsettled. But once again, the northeasterly winds just clipping Scotland just there, so it could be a bit cooler up to the north. So now let's run through GFS 6Z. So here we go. So as we continue on towards the new year, we keep wet, windy and unsettled, as you can see, but there is a hint that we're trying to build high pressure towards Scandinavia, and this could block off wet, windy and unsettled weather and start to drag the wind into a cold easterly. But at the moment we don't know if this is going to come off. So as we continue into the 1st of January, that high pressure is still trying to build to the north, and we do go a little bit colder just here. As you can see, we go colder from a little bit of a ridge just here in the Atlantic, trying to get up to Greenland, and we're bringing a colder low pressure dropping south to Spain and Portugal, and we're bringing in cooler or colder winds from the northeast just there. So it is turning a little bit colder by the 6th of January just here, as you can see. So as we carry on after this, that high pressure actually starts to try to build up to Greenland, and we keep the wind in from like a northeasterly northerly. It will be a lot of frost and fog, and we do get into like a foggy situation just here. Then we do start introducing the milder, wet, windy and unsettled conditions once again. But as you can see, there is high pressure trying to build to the north. Is this because of the latest chances on the SSW? We'll see. Because if that high pressure kept pushed a bit more this way, that would open the door to this extreme cold air from Scandinavia just there. So that is what we have been looking at. So now we're going to show you the latest run from the GEM, I think it is. So here we go. Okay, so here's the latest from the GEM. Once again, the start is the same situation with them westerly winds for most of the country and a bit cooler for the north. So let's run this through. So once again, we get that low pressure off the Atlantic taken as wet, windy and unsettled, but as you can see, there is that high pressure over Scandinavia, and we are trying to bring the wind in from an easterly here. As you can see, Scotland is getting clipped by that easterly, but most of the country is just escaping it right there. So we keep trying to bring the wind in from the east, and we actually keep that blocking signal, but we never really go that cold. But then we do actually, by the 8th of January, start retrograding some high pressure up towards Greenland, dropping low pressure down to Spain and Portugal again, and we're bringing the wind in from looking like quite a cold northeasterly there. So that probably would go quite cold with all of the cold air sitting over Europe. As we bring that in, we actually start to strengthen that northerly by day 10, by the end of the GEM run. So we are strengthening that northerly there. So it does look like both the GFS and the GEM are going for cold today. So that's very interesting so far. So now we're going to show you the diagrams based on the GFS, GEM and ECMWF, as they all look quite interesting today for cold. So let's show you them. Okay, so these are the latest ensembles from the GFS, the 6Z's GFS run, and here we go. So once again, at the moment we are around average or a little bit above. We are going to see a slide there. This is for London, by the way. Around the New Year, getting a little bit cooler, but then the temperature's rising back up, upper air temperature. But after that, into the New Year, we see quite a big slide, and most models going for a drop to around -5 upper air temperatures around here at 850 HPA. So that does look quite cold. So the average line is this big red line here. It's 1991 to 2020 mean. And you can see we hover around that up and down. Then look at this slide here. Is that because of the SSW chance? We will see. But as you can see, it is going to be quite wet over the next couple of days. And really to the end, we've still got quite a lot of precipitation in the forecast. So once again, the GFS is looking cold today. Is that a sign that we are on track for cold in the new year? Let's see what the GEM looks like. So the GEM looks like this. Once again, actually, we do, as you can see it more detailed there, but if we go to the large one here, as you can see, we actually do keep the trend, and the GEM goes for the cold as well, around the same period, just there, as you can see. We go all the way down to that -5 line once again, so maybe we're picking something up with the cold, as you can see, and once again it's quite wet all the way through. But when we see that colder air, a bit drier, could it be a sign that the high pressure is going to start blocking to the north? We'll see. Now let's have a look at the final chart from the ECMWF, see what that's saying. Upper air temperatures and precipitation. Once again, the ECMWF is actually looking cold once again, as you can see here. Once again, up and down through the start, and then we see that slide all the way down to -5, just there. And the -5 line, I'll draw it for you just here. -5 line's about there, and the average is actually going below the -5 line by the 9th of January, so that is most of the models going very cold, and some of them even getting to -10 and -15, as you can see. So we've just got to keep an eye on it. It is a colder trend at the moment, but once again, very, very wet until about here, and then we do go a bit drier just there. So now we're going to show the ECM chart, ECMWF. We're going to show you the data from the 500 millibar heights from them. So very interesting from all of the main models today. Okay, so we're going to show you the first 2 weeks of 500 millibar heights from the GEM. So week 1 is the 1st to 8th of January, and we're looking like this. High pressure building over Greenland just there and stretching towards Scandinavia. We've got the low pressure dropping south. And we bring the wind in from a north or easterly for Scotland, but we will still keep the wind in milder for the south there. So there's probably going to be a line about there. No, not there, a bit too north. Probably a line about there for the mild and the cold just there. So once again, week 1 does look cold from the ECMWF. Let's show you week 2 now. Week 2 looks even better. Look at the blocking signal towards Greenland now, really strengthening. In the mid-Atlantic, with the mid-Atlantic ridge stretching up towards Greenland and Iceland, and we're bringing the winds in from a very cold northeasterly, and the winds are probably originating from up towards the Arctic Circle there, so it does look very cold. So it is quite interesting, as you can see, just there. So that is all we've got for you for today's first video. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.